In this week's tutorial, I thought I would spend some time talking about how to get organized in a very unorganized situation. I have a lot of new Lightroom users who email me wanting to know where to begin organizing their images. Maybe they've kept all of their images in 1 or 2 or 3 different folders, but there's no rhyme nor reason nor organization of those images. And so the question to me is, how do I go about organizing all of the photos that I've taken over the past several years? And one of the best ways that I know to go about doing this is to go ahead and import the files where they reside on your computer. Now, we've talked about this time and time again. When you import images into Lightroom, that's really not what's happening. All Lightroom is doing is building a database and pointing to those images that may reside on your internal hard drive or on external hard drives. And here you see a catalog with over 108,000 images in it, and it came from 3 different locations. Now, obviously, when you're going to be importing 108,000 images, you better have a cup of coffee and a good chair to sit in, because it's going to take quite a while to upload all of those images. But you can see from this master photo disk, I've got 3 locations on various hard drives, actually on one hard drive, 1 terabyte hard drive, and I've got 3 separate folders. Now I can, once I've got everything imported into Lightroom, I can actually start grouping my images and saving those images out to independent folders, and I'm going to show you how to do that next. So the first place that we want to be is we want to be in the grid mode in the library module. And a real quick and easy way to get there is just hit the G key on your keyboard and you will be taken to the grid mode in the library module. The next thing that you want to hit is the backslash key, and that's usually found above your return key on your keyboard. And once you hit the backslash key, you'll be able to then look at the library filter bar. If you can't find the backslash key on your keyboard, go under the view menu and just select show filter bar. And of course, you can see the keyboard representation for it right there. And the library filter bar will open. Now, if it happened to have been opened when you hit that backslash key, it will make it disappear. It just toggles that on and off. So what you want to do is toggle that so that it's showing. And you'll see that there's 3 tabs. There's text, attribute, and metadata. And what we want to do is select the metadata tab. And as the metadata comes up, we're going to see that the default settings are going to show all of these years in the computer here of all the images that I imported are being shown. And so you can go through and we could actually start grouping images by year, or we could go ahead and open up those yearly folders and look at this. We all of a sudden see different months within that year as well. So if you wanted to begin to organize all of your photos, say by 1999, you would select that tab, then you would do a Command or Control A, which will select all the images. Or you could come up to the Edit menu and you could do a Select All. And that's going to select all the images for that date range. The next thing that you could do is click here on the tab button under the folders. And as you do, you can actually add a folder and point it to any location you want on an external hard drive or an internal hard drive and actually create a folder. And once that folder is created, we can actually drag these images to that folder. So I could go ahead and I'll click on Add Folder. And when I do, I can put a new folder anywhere on my system that I like. I can go ahead and create a brand new folder, and let's just call this 1999 Images. And then I'll say Create. And then I will say Choose. And now we'll see that I've got on this master photo disk 0 images in the 1999 folder that I just created. Now, if I took all of these images here, again, I do a select all from 1999, I can just drag them straight up here to the 1999's folder and let go. Now, this is going to give me a warning. It's going to tell me that I'm physically moving images from one place on my hard drive to another. And of these, 336 images, I might have some in this old images folder. I might have some in this pictures 2 folder. I might have some in this pictures 3 folder. And what this is going to do is it's going to move all of those images, all 336 on my hard drive, from these folders to this newly created folder. So if you did want to create folders by date or by a lot of other criteria that you could pick, you certainly could go ahead and create new folders and move those images on your hard drive. Now, I really don't want to move these images because I've got them set up on my computer the way that I like. So I'm not actually going to click the move button. I'm going to cancel. But I wanted to show you that you could easily move your images and start creating more organization to the file folders where those images reside. Now, it's important to note that you do not have to create any additional folders if you don't want to. As long as you've got all of your images referenced by all the various hard drives where your images reside, you can just let Lightroom do all the heavy lifting by coming into this Metadata tab in the Library filter bar, and then you can allow Lightroom to sort through everything that you want. I'm going to come up to all 108,000 images, and as I do, you'll see that my metadata is changing. And now here are all the cameras that I used to shoot my images and how many images were shot with those cameras, all the various lenses, and you can even come and make changes to these labels if you want to, for instance, find out all the apertures that you use. And of course, it's going to go through and calculate. It's going to take a little bit of time, but now here are all the various apertures that were used on all the images. But if you want to consolidate, maybe you've got images scattered throughout numerous external drives and you want to consolidate everything in logical folders, then this might be a strategy where you import all of those images from those external drives, create a new folder, say on a brand new external hard drive, name that folder, and maybe move your yearly data or some other criteria that you decide to pick.